Alright, today we're going to do the classic 1950s down curly do. Pretty much everyone in Hollywood did this hairdo at some point or another. Marilyn Monroe, Lauren Bacall, Judy Garland, you name it, they probably did a version of it. Alright, let's get started. I have day-old hair. I just blow-dried it when I got out of the shower yesterday, and there's no product in it right now. The first thing we're going to do is hairspray. I'm going to spray my entire head, brush it out before I curl, because that will help the curl hold just a little bit better. You want to make sure all the tangles the hairspray may have caused are out. Otherwise, you're going to have a little trouble with the curling process. Now it's time to curl. I'm going to start with my bangs. Now, if you don't have medium bangs like I do, you can still do it. Short bangs are just going to be a lot shorter, and long bangs, you'll just have to do a little wave in the front. Now section it off. This long guy got in the way. That's fine, just clip it over to the side. Section it off in about 2 or 3 sections, depending on how thick your bangs are. Curling iron. And curl. Make sure you get the ends tucked. If that takes a few tries, so be it. Now roll the curl back into its original shape from the curling iron. Take a pin curl clip and clip it on the bottom of the barrel roll. Don't scrunch it down, and then as it cools, it will set your hair. See how I kind of missed the ends? Go back over it to make sure you get that. I'm going to take sections about this big throughout my head, and I'm going to curl them towards my face. Start at the root and work your way down. No one's perfect, and it takes a lot of practice to do this well, so don't get discouraged if you aren't getting it on your first try. Now that you're all curled and clipped, you have to let it cool. You can wait as little as 15 minutes, but the longer you wait, the better it stays. I tend to wait at least an hour. Now that the hair is cool, we're going to take the hairspray and do a once-over over everything just to make sure everything holds really well. I just kind of use my hand to see that everything's a little bit tacky, just to make sure I got hairspray over everything. Now that we're all cooled and sprayed, we're going to take all the clips out. Just kind of feel around and make sure that you got all of those clips. Right, now that all the clips are out, we're going to run our fingers through our hair and just blend those curls kind of together. Make sure they don't just look like giant barrel rolls. Be gentle, you don't want to pull the curl out. You just want to blend it. And don't worry about your bangs yet, just leave them as they are. Now I'm going to take my brush and I'm going to lightly go through the curls, blending them together even more. I'm not trying to pull the curl out. I'm just trying to get a little poof in there and make sure it all blends together. Alright, now that we've brushed through, we're going to start teasing. Start with sections around the crown and do small sections of teasing. I like to make a C motion to make sure it really gets into the root. Then once I've teased a bit, I spray. This makes sure the tease I just put in will hold. Keep that throughout your whole head. You don't have to go overboard with the teasing. I sometimes like to leave the very top layer from getting any tease on it, just so in the end it's a little more smooth. It's a little less backtracking. Sometimes I spray a little hairspray on first before I tease, just so it has something to grip onto. And here's what we have. I know right now it looks like a scary mess, I could be in a horror movie, but in just a second you're gonna look fabulous. Make sure when you're doing hairstyles like these that you have a really good conditioning treatment. Try not to brush out the tease, just get in the shower and wash it and let it naturally come out with the shampoo and conditioner. Alright, now we're going to smooth out the top layer. This is technically a teasing brush, but I think it works well for smoothing too. Try to not get your bangs as you're doing this. We still haven't even started on them. Don't brush in too deep, because then you're going to take out all the tease you just did. You're just getting the top layer so that it looks smooth. Since I can't see the back of my head to make sure that there aren't any gaps, I just feel around to make sure it feels smooth on the outside layer. Now just try and work with the curls with your hands to make sure they look beautiful still. You can always use a mirror in the bathroom to check the back of your hair to make sure that it all looks smooth. Now, even if your ends look a little frizzy from brushing through them, don't worry about it. Once we finish the bangs, we're going to take care of that. Now take each section of your bangs, where you had curled it, and tease each section. I especially like to spray these with hairspray first because I have very fine hair, and sometimes it's really hard for my hair to keep a tease. Make sure when you're teasing the bangs that you tease them this way instead of this way. This assures that when you're smoothing the outside that they lay correctly. Now I take my comb and I take all the ends and I stick them together. And I just make one uniformed curl. Alright, now we're just going to use our same brush to smooth out the front. Again, you don't want to get the tease out. You just want to smooth out all the flyaways. Just mess with it until it looks the shape you want. Sometimes you need to use your paddle brush, sometimes a comb. Whatever gets it the shape you need. Just play around. Alright, so now I'm going to take my wax. I'm just going to put some on my fingers. Not a lot, because this goes a long way. Just kind of rub it together, warm it up, and spread it out. And then I'm going to put it right on my bangs. Right on that little loop-de-loop. And then a little bit on my part, because it can get frizzy. And then just a little as you go down. Spray waxes work too. This just kind of refines the look a bit. And don't go overboard on the wax or else your hair will just look greasy. Now, when doing bangs like this, they can tend to have a mind of their own. So sometimes they'll come out perfect first try. Other times you're gonna have to work with them a bit more. And sometimes you can even use a bobby pin to hide some problem areas. Sometimes I like to take this little curly cue at the end, turn it into a circle, and pin it in. This also makes sure my bangs won't move. And there you have it, your nice refined 1950s hairdo.